What's up, guys? It's Martin from the Dynasty Pylon coming at you with my experience of a 24-hour draft pick. Not a 24-hour draft, but a 24-hour draft pick. Even then, a 24-hour draft is still be long. But typically, we show up draft day. We're excited. We have our books, we have our papers, we have our apps, we have our computers. Whatever you're taking to the draft, you're ready. You're ready to go. Let's get it on. Well, things change. We're busy. We're not in our high school years, or you're no longer in your early 20s. Life happens. You have kids, you get married, you get shipped off to other countries for work or whatever, whatnot. My experience, myself being in the military, I had to change my draft dates. Unfortunately, it did not work with my other league members. So I asked around what other Saturday or Sunday, Monday, whatever day or Friday that we could do. And it looks like my entire league could only do Saturdays. Unfortunately, things happen. We had other promises such as birthday parties and weddings and whatnot. So that kind of ultimately changed it. So each weekend throughout the week that we want, or the month that we wanted to have our draft, it wasn't possible. Only four of us would show up on this week, only five of us would show up on that week. And I know I could have just said, well, you know what, if you show up, okay, but this is the time of the draft. But unfortunately, I don't want to put anybody and then have them to make their draft pick on the middle of their vacation or in the middle of a wedding. That would be ridiculous and also rude. So I proposed to them, let's do a 24-hour draft, or if not, you can do a 12-hour draft. Now, I know that seems like a lot of time and maybe that'll cheapen up the draft, but I think not. In a dynasty league, I think that works very well. Now, in a redraft league, that might be a little harder, but this is why I'm putting it out early July. So if you have to do one, now's the time to do it. So let me show you my to make decisions on what they want to do during their draft. So here we are. Like I said, this started July 1st, and now we are on July 5th. And I wouldn't be surprised if my draft here ends up and ends on July 6th, which would be tomorrow, or maybe towards the end of the week, depending on how it goes. I see how this could be difficult for people, but just give it a try. It's something to propose to your league. I would hate for people not to do their fantasy football drafts because why? Not everyone can show up, or someone ended up in the hospital, or you had to go out of country for something and you can't show up. Well, this on Sleeper app, and I'm not paid by Sleeper at all to do this. I'm just telling you what my experience that Sleeper, what they do and what they provide for us. These other leagues, I understand that other formats don't do this. They don't have this option. Well, here Sleeper does. You can transfer your league over. Sleeper actually allows people to transfer from one format to the other, giving you that experience, and not at any of the stats and everything will transfer over. It's actually a really cool thing that they actually do, and I think they were promoting it last year. I'm not sure what they're doing again for this season, but um, basically, I know looks like this. This is on my desktop. When you go to your mobile phone, it's actually a lot easier and a lot quicker. Uh, you don't have to go anywhere else. On your mobile phone, it's going to look a lot easier and it's more mobile friendly than it is the desktop. I mean, I can click on anybody. I'm just randomly collecting DJ Chark here. It'll show you everything they've done on their stats, their team, and everything they've done in the past years without going to any other format, anywhere else. So it's pretty cool that one app has it all in one single little setting. I definitely recommend trying it out. It's one of the best formats I've ever used. And again, I'm not paid to promote Sleeper at all. I'm just giving you the best options out there available. Again, this was a 20. So here I am. This draft actually started. This draft actually started July 1st, during the day at 12 o'clock. And I know that two of us had to go to a funeral that day, so it was actually very convenient. I got to pay my respects and still do what I had to do, and then worry about this later when I came back. Also, what does this do? This also gives times for owners to make trades, be more relaxed about it, and it's a lot easier. The longer you want to do it, you have the option to do 24 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. And it's all up to you. And it goes all the way down to like 10 seconds. That's pretty quick. I know I wouldn't want to do that on my draft. But in this year, not all of us can make the draft. So I changed it to 24. And ultimately, from what the experience that I got, a lot of people loved it. I did not have any complaints. I know a few of us were kind of skeptical about it, and they're like, "Oh, but in a regular draft, you get yelled at to hurry up. Can you imagine what will happen in 24 hours?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm aware that everyone is is understanding that we're doing a 24-hour draft." So, I mean, you can always come back, go to sleep, think about your draft pick, do a little bit of research, and then come back in the morning, fresh as early day, and make your pick. I remember every day it was like, oh, this is great. Wake up, start getting a couple of draft picks in. It was a really awesome time. But again, like I said, I'm on the clock right now. So let's do this. I'm going to make my last and final decision here in my Dynasty rookie draft. Now, I know some of you might be saying, well, why is Chase Young at 1? Why is Albert O at 3rd? Well, or Robert Woods also at 3rd. Well, in my league is a little bit different. We have the cut dates before our draft, so it makes a little bit harder to who to cut and who's not going to continue on our Dynasty roster, and it makes the draft picks a little bit more worth their while. So, of course, it's Dynasty. You can alter your picks. You can alter your picks. You can definitely change your settings. You can make the cuts after the draft pick. I typically just tell my guys, hey, let's do it before the draft. Come in with 7 slots ready to go in your Dynasty draft, and it's a little harder because just like a real NFL team, there's cuts, there's contract decisions and all that, and sometimes you can't make them, and sometimes they won't make your team. That's what I bring to the table. Make your cuts before the draft, and then see if you can try and get them back in the draft. And if you can't, that's unfortunate, but do the best you can as your draft. So here we are sitting at the 7th. I'm sitting at 706. So I'm going to make my last and final decision on this 24-hour draft. But again, I just came to you letting you know how it went. And it was really good, relaxed. There's a lot of trades happen. I in the last couple of days, I've never seen so many trades in my life, and it was really great. People moving up, people moving down, taking future picks, trading players. It was great. So here it is with my last final decision. I'm going to take on Hassan Haskins, back up to the Derrick Henry, and this league's an IDP league, so there is defensive players involved. So it is a bit different. Why I have Chase Young there at 111. So it is a little bit different. So, anyways, if it's something that works for you guys, again, I would hate for you guys to lose out on another fantasy football year. Why? Because everyone's too busy or they can't make the draft. Consider doing a 24-hour draft or a 12-hour draft to see how that works. Make your pick or final decision in the morning. Make a trade during the draft. It's totally fine. Again, Dynasty football is way different. Here we do Dynasty and IDP, so this is why this draft looks a little bit different from your regular redraft offense. So again, give it a try, guys.